Welcome back to tonight's sad reality. I'm once again late as I have been per usual, but tonight I was doing calculus in the middle of the night, a little bit past midnight, started a little bit before, and that's why I'm late, or at least that's the excuse I'm going to make, because I can. Now, I thought this would be a really funny game to play for tonight's topic, but I've been told so many times in life, people are like, dude, you should be a math teacher. Dude, you should, like, tutor people in math. Dude, you're like really good at math. You should do math. And I'm like, I like math, and it's cool and all. I don't know if that's really, like, my thing, my calling, you know? I feel like there's some people that are obsessed with things, and I find it interesting, sure. But, maybe not to the degree that I know other people do. And, well, I think that's just not my calling, you know? It's really interesting to me that you can be good at so many different things, or find so many things in life that you're good at, but kind of at the end of the day, you only can pick one that you're going to do for the rest of your life, you know, as a job. Now, I know in our generation, a lot of people end up switching jobs, switching careers, or just their life path changes pretty significantly as they go down it, you know? Um, but, most people, I'd like to think this could probably be just flat out wrong. So, keep that in mind. But I think most people will find something that they do for at least 10, 15, maybe 20 years. And usually I think that develops just as a function of what you enjoy, and then what kind of sticks with you, what makes enough money to kind of make you happy, and wherever life goes from there, you know? Not super complicated to figure out, but that is what it is, you know? So, I suppose kind of retroactively in saying that, it's almost better to be good at just one thing, or have one thing that you're just like, man, this is easy for me, I'd be fine doing this for a while. It's not like you have to really think too hard about it. But for the people that are talented with many things, and then even are in like the top, say you're in school, right? You're doing the SAT, and you're like, you performed in the top 5% in math, top 5% in English, top 5% in grammar. Okay, well, what are you gonna do in college, right? I mean, sure, you're gonna probably get into a good college, but if you're good at all of these things and to an equal degree, let's suppose, how do you just pick one thing to go after, you know? And I guess, in a way, that's also why some people do double major or try to build up a much broader, much wider skill set so that they can do a lot of things in life. But, you have to just pick one thing, one job. Like, at the end of the day, you might just be a software analyst, a technician, a mechanic, a cashier at a Dick's Sporting Goods, whatever it is, you know? Uh, and I feel like that's hard, you know, to just to pick one thing. Because, like, I enjoy talking about math with people. I like doing these things. I think they're so cool that there's so many things in the world that are consistent. I like consistency. I like pattern, repetition, and things that make sense. That's why I guess idle games come so naturally to me, and that's just, I guess, kind of in a way who I am. But why do we have to pick? You know, why pick one thing? And I think at the end of the day, if you do look at jobs, job pools, any of that, naturally only the best are going to rise to the top, either in applications or other things. And sure, there are ways to sort of arbitrarily influence that without actually being the best, either having good networking or other things. But I guess kind of regardless of that, just pick one thing and make the most of it, you know? But it's kind of funny because I was playing Oxygen Not Included earlier. To go back to that, so I was trying to get the carnivore achievement, and I realized that of all the duplicants, I have so many that are good at a bunch of things, and then oftentimes they get in each other's way trying to all do the same thing. But if you just split them off and you're like, okay, you are just going to ranch, and that's all you're going to do for the first 100 cycles, first 1,000 cycles, first however long, this person's going to dig, this person's going to build, it kind of just functions better than if they're all trying to do everything. I've started different worlds with different dupes that are interested in like three things versus a dupe that's really good at like one thing. And I've noticed the ones that they're really good at just one thing, sure, there's less utility to begin with, but because there's not a finite number of duplicants, like if you just had three duplicants, Then I would say, okay, maybe having three that are generalists are good at three things or multiple things, that's better. But because you keep getting more, well, you just want one that's good at really good in that one thing, and just have them do that, you know? So, such is life. It's kind of funny, I guess, being given skills that you're either not going to use or not going to see some greater, higher purpose for. But I always find it fun just to teach people stuff, especially calculus, especially late at night. It kind of brings me back to high school, I think. I think it was high school. I would talk with this one friend. um, he was, what a guy. But I do Latin late at night, so we do the entire week's worth of Latin because it was all due Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, everything was due Sunday night. So I do all of it at once with him, and I usually end up being like 2 or 3 in the mornings. Our professor didn't really care what time we submitted it. But what it turned into with Canvas was we would each submit half the answer choices, so we knew which set of the answer choices were correct because you got multiple attempts. So I think it was either 2 or 3 attempts. So if we just alternated attempts, we'd get 100% of it right by the end of it, which was definitely a bit exploitive. But I remember actually learning a lot about it, and it was funny too because I could go through it and be like, well, instead of just randomly picking answers, because we can do that and I would get the work done fast, trying to actually figure it out. And like the different Latin declensions, which is kind of what you start with. A-E-I-S-I, there's the fourth declension you throw in there, and imperatives, all sorts of things, general sentence structure, syntax, important things. But it kind of brings me back to that, so that's really all I just shared tonight. So thanks for watching Spiral move around your screen and maybe observing lots of math. This game's called Idle Spiral if you want to play it. I definitely recommend it. It's not one of the more riveting idle games, but if you like math and you like optimization, this might be for you. So thanks for watching, have a fantastic rest of your night, and I will see you in tomorrow's Sad Reality. Thanks for watching.